The Soviet Union. A colossus that reshaped the 20th century. Its fall was as dramatic as its rise, a seismic shift that echoed across the globe. Born from revolution in 1917, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics promised a new world order, a workers' paradise free from capitalist exploitation. Under Stalin, the Soviet Union industrialized rapidly, but at a brutal cost. Collectivization and purges solidified an iron grip on its people and territories. Following World War II, a new ideological struggle emerged, the Cold War. Two superpowers, two opposing visions for the future, locked in a global standoff. The race for military supremacy, particularly nuclear weapons, dominated the era. The constant threat of annihilation cast a long shadow over global politics. Yet, the competition also spurred incredible innovation. The space race captivated the world, showcasing Soviet technological prowess with Sputnik and Gagarin's historic flight. By the 1970s and 80s, the Soviet economy began to stagnate. Central planning struggled to keep pace with Western advancements, leading to shortages and declining living standards. Beneath the surface of state propaganda, dissent simmered. Intellectuals and ordinary citizens grew increasingly disillusioned with the system's failures. In 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev came to power, recognizing the urgent need for reform. He introduced policies of Glasnost and Perestroika. Glasnost, meaning openness, allowed for greater freedom of speech and press. Perestroika aimed to restructure the economy, introducing market-like reforms. These reforms unleashed pent-up aspirations. Across Eastern Europe, Soviet satellite states began to assert their independence, inspired by the changing climate. The Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, were at the forefront of this movement, demanding restoration of their hard-won independence. Nationalist sentiments surged within the Soviet republics. Each republic began to question its place within the larger Soviet structure. In August 1991, hardliners attempted a coup to reverse Gorbachev's reforms. They placed him under house arrest, aiming to restore the old order. But the people resisted. Led by Boris Yeltsin, the future president of Russia, citizens took to the streets, defending democracy and freedom. The coup collapsed within days, fatally weakening the Central Soviet government and empowering the individual republics. In December 1991, the leaders of Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus met to formally dissolve the Soviet Union, declaring the creation of the Commonwealth of Independent States. On December 25, 1991, Mikhail Gorbachev resigned as President of the Soviet Union, a title that would soon cease to exist. The next day, the Soviet flag was lowered from the Kremlin for the final time, symbolizing the end of an era and the dissolution of a superpower. The 15 republics that once comprised the Soviet Union became independent nations, embarking on their own paths, facing new challenges and opportunities. From the ashes of the Soviet Union, a new geopolitical map emerged. The world order was irrevocably changed, ushering in a period of unprecedented global transformation. The transition to market economies was often tumultuous, marked by privatization, inflation, and social upheaval in many of the former Soviet republics. The legacy of the Soviet Union continues to shape these nations, from their political systems and economies to their cultural identities and international relations. The collapse of the Soviet Union was not merely the end of a state, but the end of an ideology's global dominance and the dawn of a new, multipolar world. The story of the Soviet Union's end is a testament to the enduring human desire for freedom and self-determination.